Okay, so before I finish the TT situation, because I totally forgot to mention, um, when I posted it on my Facebook, when I posted that subliminal on my Facebook, um, I knew she already was telling Isabel and certain people that followed me on my Facebook that storyline. So y'all got to keep that in mind. She was telling certain people that I was friends with on Facebook certain things, but she knew Kamisha didn't follow me on Facebook, and Jessica didn't follow me on my Facebook. They followed me on my Instagram. So at that time, I'm not sure when you could actually like write messages on your Instagram, but you couldn't do statuses like you do on Facebook. So yeah, I gotta keep that in mind. That Isabel already sees it. So Isabel already, cause she was my friend on Facebook too. So she already seen like, okay, yeah, whatever Tasha was saying about towards me and Dre, she don't believe it now because I'm already telling y'all like I don't want nobody's husband. I don't want nobody's man, baby daddy, whatever. But Kamisha and Jessica never seen it because they follow me on my Instagram. Now, y'all better be taking notes. So getting back to the whole TT situation. So when she said that she's gonna invite me to her friend's birthday party, is like an all denim outfit affair, like a 90s denim thing she was trying to do. So when she comes to my house sometime like a couple of weeks after that, because by that time when she comes to my house, it's like it was right after like I think Hurricane Ian or whatever. She came a couple of weeks after that, and the kids were about to start school too, because I hadn't talked to Jolene either because she hasn't started paying me back. And mind you, the money that was in my savings was supposed to get my kids school clothes, shoes, and get them ready for school. And I had to do like the bare minimum to basically get them ready for school. So I was already pissed. So when Hurricane Ian around that time I think hit, they didn't have to go to school, or school was like delayed or something like that. So I still had time once I got my paycheck to get their hair done, get their clothes, because they was wearing uniforms, and get them ready for school. So TT's coming to my house, and at this time, like, me and Devon are still not like on good terms, because he ended up texting me on like a couple of days after Ian hit. Like, he was asking me, he was checking up on me and the kids, making sure that we were good, everything was good and everything like that. So I was like, okay, that's sweet. But then when I text him back, he never responded. So I'm getting upset. Like, I'm like, okay, if you still acting like that, something's up. So I put that whole situation to the side because you're not gonna keep playing with me. That's how I kept feeling. So when Titi comes to my house one day and she's telling me about the party, she's telling me about her friend, the nurse that works at the same hospital that I do in Riverview. And then she was talking about some other stuff, and then she was asking me like who be like occupying my time and everything like that, because I was telling her like, because I guess she was trying to figure out like why I wasn't asking her to watch the kids anymore or whatever. But I already explained why I really didn't. But I started seeing really exclusively just Devon. So I was like, oh, I got a new friend or whatever. We've been seeing each other for a while now, whatever. And then I ended up showing her a picture because she's born and raised in Tampa, and I thought she was gonna be the type of friend like my manager was when she had saw the second person I had children with, my car and that whole situation. And I remember her and a coworker saying that you need to start, like, if you're dating somebody in the city, like, ask somebody, do they know them, or, are they familiar with them, because you just never know. So I'm like, damn, let me see if TT knows him, because now he's starting to act funny or whatever. So I'm like, so when I tell her about like, yeah, he's tall, he's real tall, and he cute and stuff like that, she was like, oh, for real? So I showed him a picture, She glances at the picture and she says, now mind you, it's a picture of just his head. You don't see like his body, you don't see nothing. And so she looks at the picture, she's like, oh yeah, he looks real tall. So in my head, I'm like, how can you tell somebody is tall by a picture? Like, I was so confused by it, but I ain't say nothing. And then she was like, when was the last time you seen him or something like that? I was like, I haven't seen him in a while because we've been sick or whatever. But he's acting funny just like that. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, he acting like he got somebody. So she asks me like, so what if he has somebody? I'm like, but I asked him like if he has somebody, like I'd rather know if he has somebody so I can completely leave him alone. But he's telling me he's single. But he doesn't act like he has somebody because he's always like at my house or, we spend a lot of time together. So I'm just kind of confused on the whole situation. So she was like, oh, well, she was like saying it like as though like she didn't know who he is. But for some reason, I felt like she knew who he was because how can you tell by a picture that somebody's very tall? That didn't make any sense to me. So I was like, does she know him? Does she know something about him that she's not trying to tell me?